So two, my second point was going to be is this is a power move from Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And it actually is kind of giving you an idea of how the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration is going to work. Joe Biden is going to be the one to propose it, and Kamala Harris is going to be the enforcer.
She's gonna be
Which,
the bulldog.
when it comes to stuff like this, I'm all for it because Kamala Harris basically told Joe Manchin, "Now it's your move.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because if you overplay your hand, you're probably going to lose." So he fell in line. He honestly fell in line because she made that power move. And again, for this kind of stuff, I'm all for that because that was a badass move on their part.
Yeah.
To basically say, we're not going to target you, but we're going to go to your house. You know, we're going to go talk to your family. We're going to tell them, hey, this is what's going on, but we're not going to specifically say what you're not doing.
Yeah, we're not name calling you. We're not name checking you or anything.
But then when you come home, they're going to be like, what are you doing about this?
Yeah, I sent you a clip from The View where the ladies of The View were arguing about it, where Whoopi and Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg. Sorry, I figure people know who Whoopi is when I say Whoopi. They were on the side of that Kamala Harris didn't have to tell Joe Manchin she was going to West Virginia, because Joe Manchin came out and he was like, he seems pretty pissed, like, oh, no one told me they were coming and all that stuff, you know, like he felt disrespected, right? Like, I'm the king, you should come and kiss my ring when you come to West Virginia.
Okay.
Whereas I think Meghan McCain and Sonny were actually on the side that, well, yeah, you probably should tell him before you go to West Virginia. So I'm of two minds about this. I actually kind of see where Sonny and Meghan are coming from, even though I think Meghan is always a bad faith arguer. You know, it's always a, you know, what about
she's
it?
A grifter.
Yeah. But I kind of see the whole thing of like, it's like just showing due deference, like, hey, you're representative of the state, I'm coming to town or whatever. If anything, I think she should have told the governor, which I think she probably did. She's like, hey, I know that
he seemed to be cool with it.
Yeah, I know that Joe Manchin is probably coming for your seat sometime. You know, if you show that you're willing to work across party lines, you know, it might make you look good to your voters. You know, that's the 3D chess right there. She's like, screw Joe Manchin, I'll go to the governor. She probably did that. But
I'll tell you right now, I'm definitely not on Meghan McCain's side on just about anything. But in this case, I'm definitely not on her side. I'm actually I don't know what the argument was from Whoopi and Joy, but I would be the argument for Kamala Harris not telling him is, we already know where you're going to be standing on this issue.
Yes.
We're not going to give you the opportunity to counter it before I even do it.
Exactly. Well, he's been on TV everywhere he can saying that, oh, I'm not going to be for the Green New Deal. I'm not going to be for, you know, basically, I'm not going to cave to the socialist left of my party. So he's basically already saying that, you know, I'm not going to be the progressive guy that's going to push things along. So you don't have to worry about 50 Democrats in the Senate. So you're right. Like, she's like, I'm not going to give you the chance to counter us in this. But what Whoopi and Joy were saying is, like, she's the vice president. She's the second most powerful person in the country. And it's kind of chauvinistic that you would think that, you know, she has to come and kiss my ring to come to my state, kind of thing. Which, yeah, I definitely see their point there. So
it's a good point, but I don't agree with the chauvinistic part because I don't think that's what it is. I just think it's Joe Manchin being thinking that, oh, I'm the main one here. You need to come by me. But basically, Kamala Harris was showing, I'm not going to show you this respect that you think you deserve because you don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's not being disrespectful. It's just letting you know, this is where I stand. This is where we're standing. So you either need to fall in line or get out the way.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what she told him. And guess what Joe Manchin did? He signed it. He's like, I'll sign it, but I ain't happy about it.
Yeah, basically, that's what he said. All right, so let's put a bow on this. Does this action by the Biden administration to kind of circumvent Manchin by just going straight to West Virginia and talking to people, does that give you any more hope for how they're going to approach things, like how they're going to get things across the line?
Yeah, I actually think that they will when they need to. I'm I'm definitely not going to say that Joe Biden is progressive, but you can kind of see a little bit of progressive influences. And I don't know if it has a lot to do with Bernie being on the committee that he's on now, or that they can sense that the majority of people are starting to lean towards more progressive things. And in this case, it's probably just, it might not even be that. Here right now, it just might be like, people need fucking relief, so we need to give it to them. And it's just like, we're not gonna be BS about it.
Yeah, so I'm of the opinion that Joe Biden is not progressive. We know that. Yeah, he's a centrist Democrat, but a centrist Democrat in the actual sense of that word, right? Because now what we've seen as centrist Democrats are really just Democrats and Republicans and Democrat clothing. I think Joe Biden is really a centrist Democrat, and he really does believe to a fault about working across the aisle and all that stuff. But through and through, before the centrist, he is a Democrat, and he sees that the party is moving left. The party is more progressive. The party is in favor of stuff, and I think it shows in his cabinet picks. I think they might not be the most famous progressives out there, but I think a lot of his cabinet members are people who would veer towards more progressive type of policies. I'm eager to see from a transportation secretary perspective what Buttigieg does with advancing infrastructure for railroads and yada yada. I and going towards more renewable transportation, renewable energy type transportation. So slowly but surely, I think they are veering in that direction. So I am hopeful. I do like the whole bulldog approach of just like, look, go there, whip up the people and force Joe Manchin to see that his people want this, so why don't you?
And real quickly before we do that, I agree completely with what you just said, but I think the big thing is like it's kind of like, you ever seen like the movies where like the dad is like a king and his daughter is like a progressive woman, feminist, and all that stuff. And she slowly budgets him, but he still holds on to some of his, his old guard beliefs. Yeah. But he's being pushed by the people that he cares about the most. And in this case, he's being pushed by the party, by the influences within the party.
Yeah.
It might be slower than I would want, but it does seem that the needle is somewhat moving on some stuff. Other things it probably won't, not during him, but maybe under Harris, because most likely Harris will be the incumbent nominee for the next election, right? Or not incumbent, the Democratic nominee.
Yeah. So it should be a front runner whenever they do primaries. Yeah.
When they do primaries, so you could kind of sense that it's a little bit, and I think it's what you said. He's like, all right, I'm a centrist. I believe in this, but the entire party is starting to move towards this way, so I'm going to budge. Plus, he knows that he probably only has 4 years of a presidency. So he's trying to compact his legacy that within this 4 years.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of feel like. He's trying to compact his legacy and be like, all right. And I also feel that he's also trying to right some wrongs, like from the previous administrations, not just, I'm not saying it's President Obama, but the previous administrations,
few administrations, probably even some wrongs going back to the Clinton days.
Yeah, that's what I really do feel like he's probably done. He's not gonna write them all, and we can criticize him, and I definitely will on some of the stuff he doesn't do. But on the stuff that he does do, on this case, it should have been 2,000 for me. Honestly, that's what they said. But the fact that they're at least making sure that, like, all right, we only give you 1,400, but we're gonna try to make sure to give you 1,400. I gotta give kudos for that, especially for that Kamala Harris move. Yeah, go Quine.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up there. That was a very short show, shorter than normal, but
but a good show.
We got things to do, and we do have our collabo episode coming up. It's probably gonna upload after this, but it's gonna be with the guys from the radio show, and we're really looking forward to that. Anything to end on?
Appreciate you. Like and subscribe as always, and y'all have a good one.
Yes, and share it too. Thanks, guys.